Chaos. Blur.
Good evening, everybody. What's up? This is Bobby Gaines, otherwise known as Chaos Blur, and I'm ready to get back into this game. It's been a long time. This is Dead Cells on the Nintendo Switch, and this is a game that I've enjoyed for a great long time, but it has been a while since I've last streamed this sucker, and it looks like yet again they've added another update to this. The Practice Makes Perfect version, whatever. I don't know if that's going to change anything. I have heard there are a lot of updates. But yeah, how we all doing tonight? Like I mentioned, just got ourselves another exciting Dead Cells stream on the docket. Thanks again to everybody who watched last night's Wolfenstein stream. It was surprisingly successful and a decent amount of fun once we got into it and took care of that first boss fight. But this is another animal altogether. Those of you who have seen this game, you're painfully familiar with it because like I said, I've played it quite a bit. And we're going to go ahead and just jump in here. Apparently I've got my Santa suit on. I guess I left that on from last time. This takes me a little bit to get back into the controls, but one of the strengths of this game is definitely the fluid controls. Almost reminds me of a Metroid in that regard. You can just very easily navigate these environments, and you know, of course, one of the things with this game is that you can choose which way to go to some degree. I thought I saw something. I was going to say, some of this stuff's like new. Okay, what am I looking at here? It's kind of cool, but it also, that's a new feature that you can actually like look around the environment, but yeah, alright. Thought I saw something like up here, I don't know. Oh god, yeah, I played this quite a bit, Rem. In fact, you've been on many of the streams. Can't remember. Oh no, this is probably like my 8th or 9th stream of this. This is different. I mean, not too much to this, but let's see what we got for outfits. The cultist outfit, the classic concierge. I'll do the retro outfit, I guess. I don't really notice much of a difference, just a little pixelated, maybe. Probably not much of a... probably aren't too many secrets in the shop where you buy the clothes, but you never know. Don't know if I remember this room either, actually. I haven't even gotten to, like, the beginning of the first part of the game, and I'm already kind of like, what is this? I know they've added some stuff, but... Apparently they've added longer loading times, too. I legitimately don't know what this is. I'm not dead. Who the hell is this? My very own training room. Just picture, go kill some enemies. Big doors in the back, but I don't know where they lead. Case? Yeah, no, I didn't even know this was a thing. Interesting. Having said that, I mean, I might check that out later in the stream, but for right now, let me just get into a good old-fashioned Dead Cells run. Oh, what's in here? Jeez, I'm like finding everything. I just arrived here. I'm the new doctor? I'm having a hard time surviving on the island. I'm looking for a new Guinea collaborator. I don't need that much. It advises me here. Interesting. An aspect. Equipping aspect prevents you unlocking new boss cells during that run. Enemies take heavy damage when you break their freeze. Oh, this is interesting. Poison no longer affects you. Deal. I'm gonna stay away for now, but it's kind of cool if they added like kind of an easy mode, I guess, like sort of some little enhancers. Yeah, I'm like, I can't even make it. Here's where I'm supposed to go. Let's see what they got me for. See what they gave me for weapons to start with. All right, not a bad selection. Whoop. Stun grenade. Alright. How you doing, Rem? What's the good word? What are you doing tonight? Mario Party? Genshin? Both? Could be both. Oops. Oh, that's the lightning patch. That's a pretty super, like, broken power-up to have this early in the game. But not that I'm complaining. More, oh, Animal Crossing, there you go. The game that's a slice of life. You probably have your island all decked out for Halloween. Played Genshin earlier, there you go. Specialist shop. I don't have enough money for any of this stuff. Oh, there you go. Someday I'll play Genshin. I know it's like a free game. Why am I reading that sign again? I have no idea. Okay, so we got 2 grenades. Toxic sewers. It seems like I always end up at the toxic sewers. Not really. This is like my first like warm-up run, so I'm not really like going for too much right now. I didn't get any power-up scrolls. I just realized that. So I'm not at all going to be equipped for what's to come here, but anyway. It is what it is. Hopefully you're all having a good night. I've been kind of thinking about stuff lately, different streams and whatnot. I want to get Retro 39 underway fairly soon, maybe next week, because the retros have been really fun the last few episodes, so. I mean, all my streams are fun. Last night's stream was fun. I don't know if they, like, when they updated this game... Hey, what's up, Randy? Can't wait to have you right here. When they updated this game, it seems like I've noticed, like, a couple of, like... Not, like, slowdowns, but, like, a couple minor issues that I didn't notice before. Like, the loading screens definitely got a lot longer. Force Shield definitely was big. 15 left forever. It's definitely a game that you gotta play through a lot. Yes, it's free there. Eh, we'll see. We know patience is never my strongest ability. Sapphire. 2 extra jumps in midair. I'm actually going to take that. I usually don't, like, take the amulets, but let's go Retro 39. Hey, in due time. Like I said, this year's kind of flying by in some ways. But, hey, as long as we're having fun. How are you, Randy? It's nice to have 2 people on so early in my stream. Sometimes I'm lucky if I get 2 people on in the entire stream. Oh, this was the, what do you call it? Reforging this stuff. Well, as long as it's still fun. Because if it's not fun, then why am I playing it? Someday. Someday I will play this thing. Seems like they definitely nerfed some of these abilities a little bit. Push your health by 7%. Oh yeah, when is... Well, that's what I'm still waiting to figure out. It's funny, like, you know, working, like, basically 3 jobs now, you would think I would have, like, no free time, but I actually have, I mean, enough to squeeze a stream in. It's just a matter of what day of the week I want to do it. So, I'm not going to have a date for certain, probably for a little bit. But until then, we're just going to enjoy some of these streams that feel retro, and then when October starts, we're going to have some Halloween streams, particularly Randy's favorite game, Pumpkin Jack, but also some different games. I don't want to say newer games, but some different games that are Halloween-like in nature. Not a ton of them, but I'll probably sprinkle them in throughout the month of October. And then, of course, we got Metroid Dread releasing, I think, October 7th or 8th. Whenever it releases, I'm going to find a way to stream it for at least a little bit. Oh, thank you. No, the mystery box was an idea, and it'll probably be intermittently used in retro request parties. It was an idea that I'd been toying with for a while. Kind of makes people, like, wonder or, like, think they know the answer. Okay, they definitely made the loading screens longer in this game. I don't know why. Like, this game never used to take this long to load between levels. It's kind of annoying, to be honest, but it was like a non-optional update. Yeah, well, I mean, it's always a good time, but it's only a good time if there's people there, which, when there's people around, you know, that's what really makes it. Okay, this is really annoying. I'm guessing this is only on the Switch version, because, like, this game was never very, like, performance-intensive, where it needed a long loading screen. Unless they've added that much. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. More voters makes for a better time, and sometimes we just kind of sit around, like we are right now, this loading screen. Sometimes we just sit around waiting for people, looking at you, Toaster, to break the tie. What the hell is going on here? Wow, that was a super long freaking loading screen. And, I mean, I haven't really noticed they changed that much in the game for there to be this long of a loading screen. Never a huge fan of this environment, either. So far, any tweaks I've noticed in the difficulty just seems to make the game easier. Like, not super easier, but, like, as I take a big chunk of health. Not super easier, but still, it's a little discouraging that so far. Not that I wanted them to make it harder, but it's almost like they, like, heard complaints that the game was too hard and just kind of were like, oh, okay, we'll make it, like, 20% easier, like... And I mean, I've always thought the game was pretty fair, even at its hardest. I always thought it was pretty fair, but... I don't know, some of the improvements, or so-called improvements I've seen to the game seem to just make the enemies a little bit easier. Your power-ups are kind of like, maybe by like 1 or 2%, but still that's significant at times. Like, your power-ups seem to be a little bit like... Basically all the changes are in your favor is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's subtle, but as somebody who's played this game a bunch, I notice it. Like, I'm not even being super careful fighting some of these enemies, and I'm like kind of plowing through them pretty easy, but... Again, am I, like, complaining? Not really. I just... the other thing's the loading screens. I mean, if the trade-off is I get, like, a 10% easier game, but the loading screen is 20% longer, then just give me the normal difficulty. Like, it wasn't that hard of a game anyway. Then again, I've also played this thing a ton. I think the first few times I played it, it was a very hard game, but... That's what I like about this game, is the more you play it, the more familiar you get with it. Not that it gets easier, but you kind of, like, know what to do, what not to do. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. And, of course, this game does have a very risk-reward system that, admittingly, I don't use often. Like, I don't really take the risks that you're probably supposed to take to get better loot and stuff. I just kind of go the path of least resistance very often. Maybe once in a while I'll take the hard route. But then I'm usually, like, I get my butt kicked so fast, it's just not really fun. So that's probably why they did some of these, like, difficulty buffs that they did. Again, I've also played the Toxic Sewers like a million times, so I know what to avoid. I know that when you defeat certain enemies, they leave like a whole trail of bombs and stuff. Whereas the first few times I played it, you know, people would get the drop on me pretty quick. I still haven't found a single freaking... Oh, your starting health is 150. I just noticed that too. It used to be 100. I haven't found a single power-up scroll, though. Maybe they got rid of those. Maybe that's the compromise. I don't know. But I digress. I mean, so far, I haven't really noticed too much. I mean, that freaking grenade should not have been able to wipe out all of them. Okay, never mind. I just got freaking nuked. Jeez. So yeah, it's fairly easy to not get hit in this game, but if you do get hit, you suffer for it. That's why I'm trying to find like a power-up scroll to improve my defense or something. Whoa, okay. Let's see if I can torch him. Whoa, did not even mean to do that, but... Oh, shite. That's an elite scorpion. Oh, jeez. This might actually be a death if I'm not careful. Careful. That's not being careful. That is me not dying. Yeah, I'll absolutely do that. Okay. I would very much like to get a power-up scroll. I have not seen a single one yet. Maybe there's a power-up that makes the loading screen shorter. That'd be kind of funny, actually. It's weird there'd be just this little crevice here and nothing, like, hidden or anything. Like, I see a teleporter on the other end. Anyway. I digress. Definitely don't remember this area, like this little crevice. But then again, the level layout changes slightly with each run, which is something I've always appreciated about this game. Sometimes something's in there, sometimes... Oh, there is something in there that time. Sometimes you just do that and nothing happens. But I digress. Mine. Swipe or no swiping. I want my rune. Oh, I forgot about runes. It's like all these little things about this game that, like, I rarely get to unlock. Oh, finally, a freaking scroll. Alright. I don't really like that. Let's see. Ooh, is that a nice bow? That is a nice bow. Oh, got the ancient sewers. I guess that's the route I'm taking. Right now, I'm just kind of like... I'm exploring, but I'm also like kind of just whatever as far as like what the next room is. I've seen so many of these branching pathways. I think the one thing I haven't done yet is actually have like a have a run where I actually beat the game. Like I think I've gotten to the final boss maybe once. It's not easy, or at least maybe they made that part easier. Not that it really seems to do much. But, you know, now that I've beaten the game so many times, or at least had so many runs, maybe I should try some of the secret things in the game, since it's, you know, I've put probably like 100 hours into this game altogether. Not counting the loading screens, which I'm actually kind of pissed these are so long. I don't know if this is like a common issue, or the loading screens used to be maybe like 10 seconds. It's not like it's doing anything, like, and this is just to go to like the between area, like you get to like kind of restore your health and upgrade weapons and stuff. Like, this isn't even like the next level. Which means I'm gonna have to wait for another one of these when I get to the next level. Or to get to the next level. I'm gonna have to wait for another one. Here comes another one. What up with that? Where's the gabagool? So this, I don't think this is where the next boss is, but I know it's like on the way. I don't think there's a way to get out of fighting what I think is called the Conjectivius or something. Something weird like that. This is like basically a harder version of what I just played, which was the toxic sewers. This is the ancient sewers. Yeah, I know, there's really not much of a difference, but I'm also kind of hoping, I think you fight the boss in like something called the crypt or something, like the insufferable crypt. Something. They all have names that all kind of blend together. I don't know why there's a second toxic sewer level, but this is basically just a harder one. The other choice I think would have been like a castle or something. It's all kind of arbitrary. I don't think there's another destination. I think I'm pretty much screwed right now in terms of I'm going to have to fight that stupid boss, and I've got like no power-ups right now, which is unusual that I've only come across one power scroll in all the time playing this. But I digress. Ew. These loading screens are really ridiculous. That part of the sewers is probably blocked off. So far, I'm not only am I not impressed by this update, I'm actually a little bit annoyed by it. But the game was great the way it was, and so far, I mean, I haven't noticed any significant gameplay improvements, and I've only noticed little hindrances like this. I mean, it's not like my computer, where my computer just has bad days or stuff takes a while to load. I mean, this is the Switch. Like, it's either going to load well or it isn't. Like, I just don't understand why the loading screens are so long in this game when they never have been. Like, what did they put in this game to make it take this much longer to load? This is really, really bad. Because you change levels a lot in this game. And I noticed it was long when I unlocked that training area. I thought maybe because it had to load some boss or something. But, like, this is just to load a level. Like, this is a very long time to spend on this one part. I feel like the thumbnail for this stream is just going to be a loading screen. Just because of how often they come up. Alright, well, I got nothing to do. How about you guys? What's the good word? Son of a bitch. Oh, Kieran's playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Well, at least now I know. I thought about streaming that tonight. I probably could in the time it's going to take this to load. This has been well over a minute, by the way. Just going by my clock here on the stream. This is ridiculous. I might just have to explore these areas longer just to make the loading time worth it, because this is just ridiculous. I guess I'm not, like, going for a speed run, so that's good at least. I would think the game was frozen, except for the fact that that flame thing is moving, and the little pop-up came up that said that Kieran was online. So, like, I would legitimately think my Switch froze if it wasn't for those things. That's how long this loading screen is. And it's not like it's even like an animated loading screen other than that flame. Like, there's nothing going on. Wow. Jeez. That is absolutely absurd. Oh, I do hate these enemies. Apparently, jeez, you're not even safe at that range. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Oh, God. I just don't want to die because I don't want to have a loading screen. I don't even care about the actual death. See, the enemies in this area are really annoying. Especially, there's like some little tentacles that come out of the ground. There's the mushroom thing. Yeah, let's find some power scrolls. Hopefully they loaded this area with some. I feel like there'd be something in here, like a secret or something, but I guess not. Oh, this dick thing again. Ciao. Oh god, this thing can like conjure up those spikes anywhere in the level. And I'm kind of log jammed here. Whoa! I saw that. Gotta get used to that because there's a boss that uses that same tactic. It's literally like the next boss. Oh, dropped a whip? Yeah. Let's say I need something with more range. Watch out! Blueprint, frontline shield. I feel like there's going to be one of those spike... yeah, because you got to watch the ground. Okay, this is actually kind of an unusual arrangement. I also don't remember those enemies being here. Oh god, they have like the ability to like home in on you too. Yeah, that thing does not do as much damage. Oh crap, as I thought. I am gonna get back to fighting them. It's the thing, like, I'll kind of, like, hide a little bit, be a little tactical for a tiny bit. Like, there's apparently, like, no, like, range on... Whoa, God! That could have been bad. Oh, it was bad. Oh, that's a key? Okay, this dick is still alive. Well, they really drop these keys a lot more often, too. I don't know how I feel about that, but... Well, at least I'll be able to see more of the game's secrets, because I feel like there's a lot in this game I just never even got to really see, but... If it's because they made it easier and not because I earned it, that's a little discouraging. This thing's just alive forever. Saw that scroll. Let's go ahead and grab that. I like roaches. Alright, what's up, Barney? That's the second time you've alluded to roaches. I don't know if I should be worried or not, but we'll see. Supposedly roaches will be the only thing left after a nuclear holocaust. So we got that to look forward to. The roaches will outlive all of humanity. But hey, Barney likes roaches. That's good enough for me. Oh, that's not good. I'm, like, kind of boxed in here. They dropped the... How many of these service keys are there? I used to be able to not be able to get even one. Hell's that? Oh, an ice shield. Let's say, I don't know if I necessarily... I'll put that in the backpack. You never know, it might come in handy later. Oh, that's a cursed chest. Not feeling that daring yet, as I mentioned with some of the risks rewards in this game. It's a little weird, alright. Let's see, yeah. Watch out! Oh god, I knew that was coming. Ooh, that's... Okay, actually my health's not as low as I thought. The game's difficulty comes from when the enemies swarm you, which, you know, a lot of times you can avoid it depending on how you time things, but not always. Ow. Jeez, that one little effort does a lot of freaking damage. Oh, crap. Oh, I see another scroll over that side. There's apparently one of those mushroom things, though, and it can reach very far. Watch out! Oh, I thought something else was there. At least I should have a decent chance against the next boss, assuming it's where I think it is, or what I think it is. Let's say, if you like roaches, you might like this level. There's probably some in there. Whoa, okay! I guess that's gonna hit me. That's definitely an elite in there, but you know what? I'm gonna fight it. Oh, wow! He got a hit into me there. Oh, that's a broadsword. Oh, that's worth it. Abso-freaking-lutely, not even a second thought. I love me some broadsword. Yep. Oh, that's the one. Now I feel a lot better about this next boss. Woof! Come to chaos. I actually never understood the point of that weapon, if that even is a weapon. It's literally just sandals. Sandals as a weapon. We're now weaponizing sandals. Only in dead cells. Jump was kind of floaty there, but whatevs. Another power up, I'll take it. Who? Watch out. Oh, that's how you get to that. Ouch, alright. I guess you just want to follow me up there now. YOLO. Anything here? Nothing here I really want. Is there anything past it? Nope. Just its own little room there. That's kind of a dead end at the bottom. That's alright. Not everywhere has to be something that leads somewhere. Quiet chat tonight. And there's people on it, but not a lot of talking. Randy was here for about a minute or so. I was gonna say, that's definitely a rune. This will do something interesting. Challenge rift found. Oh no, how come that loading screen was so quick? Say, that's like how quick they used to be. Oh, this is gonna suck. Ouch. Ouch. Actually, that was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Something fell down here, though. Don't I have a golden amulet? Oh, it's like an upgraded one. Poisons enemies that wound you. Oh, that's kind of cool. You know, hell yeah, we're going to take... No. Oh, shite. I just recycled it. Usually recycling is good, kids, except in that case. That was just stupid. Okay, so where haven't I gone? I beat that thing in there. See, this is not a very big level. Ow. Kind of like that. Seemed to go in slow-mo for a little bit. I've been down there. Been here, been here, been here. I'm like basically backtracking right now. Which is not too uncommon in this game. I actually really am looking forward to the new Metroid. I haven't played a Metroid game in a while. So I'm just gonna like really enjoy that. I don't know why I just got distracted by that thought, but that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be cool. I feel like I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Yep, I remember this. So I remember there was like a weapon up there at one point. Maybe I didn't go this way. That's where the cursed treasure chest was. But then again, that's another dead end, even if I took the cursed treasure. Pretty sure I did... Ouch. Pretty sure I did this as well. I feel like I'm literally just going back to the very beginning of this area here. Yeah, I mean, these are all the doors I smashed open, so I know I've been here. I might have to cheat a little bit and take a look at the map. I usually like to discover stuff on my own, but sometimes I do get kind of lost in these little labyrinths. And I end up just going, screw it, let me check it out. So there's plenty of places I haven't been yet. Where am I right now? I'm over there. Cursed treasure that way. Alright, there's like an area toward the top. There's a couple areas, actually. Let me try this thing. There's an area, like, up here. It looks like you can keep going up. I think I did this before. I think this is close to where I used the rune, but I went, like, down afterwards. Alright, so this is a new area, because it just unlocked the new teleporter. Teleport. Ooh, I do enjoy the cleaver. Just nice to have against bosses, which I'm going to face probably after this. Seems reasonable to me. Yeah. Watch out! Watch out! I was gonna say, why am I not just broadswording this thing? Woof! Okay, I got a little too close for comfort. Well, that hammer thing's actually a pretty decent weapon. I don't know if I can replace that. Let me see. Oh, that can take the place of the lightning bolt. It's almost too redundant, though. I'm gonna keep it in the backpack as storage. I don't know why, but you never know, I guess. Jeez, those little things are pretty ridiculous. So like, oh, okay, I was gonna say, there's gotta be a way down there. Yep, there we go. How do I get to that door switch? Hold on. Oh, wait, I see it, I see it. How do I get up there, though? Oh, damn it. Yeah, I know, you gotta get to that switch to open the door. Ugh, whatever. Another treasure chest. Is that an ice bow? Well, that thing's actually pretty sick, but... I think I'm good with my weapon loadout right now. If I can ever get the lightning bolt and the broadsword in the same game, that's... I've always said that's a pretty, like, nice, like, 1-2 punch. Been down here. Now that we've already seen where I've been, let's try to go somewhere new. Ew. Let's say, like, where haven't I really been? Unless, it does look like maybe there is an area to go past the cursed chest. I didn't even think of that. No, there isn't. It's a dead end. Kind of had it, like, faded on the map, as if that was, like, there was another way to go there. So what is, like... Yeah, I'm a little bit lost here. Oh, wait a minute, up here. There's, like, another way to go to the right. Oh god, there's like enemies everywhere too. How did I miss any of this? Whoa, okay, let me just get up there and get busted with that friggin' spike. Oh, I don't have any more health? I mean, I don't have any more healing? That kind of blows. That is legitimately not good, but I do have the broadsword! Oh, I'm so, like, close to being dead right now. Okay, I'm almost to the end. I don't think I've actually gone this way before. Okay, what's the point of that? Ugh, damn it. It's like I want to explore more, but at the same time, my health is so low, and I don't have any more. Yeah, I don't have any more in my health vial. There's a Vorpan in there. The Crusher's kind of cool. What else can I use? Oh, actually, that's an ice grenade. I will replace my inventory grenade with that, because that's a nice power-up to have. That's a shield. I don't know what that thing is. Oh, the barn. That's actually kind of a cool weapon. Victims burn when they die. Shots pierce the first target. That actually, yeah, that's probably more useful than the cleaver. And I do enjoy me some cleave in action. Some extra cells. I was going to say, I got a ton of cells, too. That's another reason I didn't want to die. I did not want to lose all those cells. Yep, the Insufferable Crypt. Unfortunately, I think that's the only way I can go at this point. So it's going to be time for a boss right after this. Right after yet another super long loading screen. God damn. How does it take this long to load? I don't understand it. So if I can get past this boss, I feel okay, but like this boss is probably going to be the stopping point. Like it's probably going to be why I don't make it much further in this particular run. Although I did a pretty good job of getting more power scrolls on that, the Ancient Sewers. In fact, I think I spent the longest time there. And I think the loading screen will probably be about 20 minutes itself. It's so annoying that these loading screens would be this long. This was a game that ran, like, perfectly. I mean, especially on the Switch, like, never had any issues with performance, if anything. Like, I don't know, it's not a very intensive game. I'm hoping this is just like a one-time thing, and over time, I don't know. How did your cells die? Oh, Chris, always asking the hard-hitting questions, probably from watching these loading screens. There is a story to this game, and God knows if I can figure out what it is. But welcome to the stream. I know you'd been waiting to see this game for a little while, and it is a game that I quite enjoy playing, despite some of these weird loading times that I'm dealing with tonight. There are many ways to die in this game, as we're about to find out, and hopefully I don't die on this boss coming up. The shoe is on the other bat. I don't even understand that. Okay. Here we go. Wait, why do I upgraded something that's not even in my repertoire right now? That was stupid. Alright, what haven't I? Yeah, Frenzy might be good to have. Alright, here we go. Time for the boss. So help me God, these loading screens are so long, and they didn't used to be. And I'm hoping this is just like kind of a bad night or something, because the loading screens are really bad tonight. Like, really bad. But you didn't hear from me. And this is just a boss, so this shouldn't take this long to load. It's not like it has to load an entire arena. Like, it just has to load this one little part. This is absolutely ridiculous. I actually thought my Switch froze the first couple times. Alright, that actually wasn't too bad compared to what I've been dealing with. But I also hate this boss. Which is one of the cells. Heyo. This boss is a pain in the butt. Ciao. Ciao. Oh, shit. It's like trying to play whack-a-mole with these things. Oh, God. Sometimes you whack the mole, sometimes the wall whacks you. I ain't about to be whacked by no mole. Or this, ouch, in this case, tentacle. Now he's under a force field, so I can't hurt him. Him being that giant freaking health bar at the top. we go. Now I can hurt him. Oh, damn. At least I did some good damage first. Ouch. Tentamole. Baby. Whoa, God. These things are annoying in the main level. They're even worse here. Because they're just, ouch, everywhere. At least my defense has improved significantly since when I started this game. Oh, I don't remember these red tentacles. It's like they pretty much just add more enemies to the game, but they're like just harder versions of the ones you fought. Like the blue tentacles were kind of fast, the green ones are faster. These red ones are like impossibly fast. Damn. Okay, I should actually be good here. Which is a bit surprising. Maybe I can hurt him while he's in there. Oh, God. Those red ones, though, are insane. I need, like, a matrix dodge or something. Surprised there isn't one. Dodging in this game is pretty easy, but not on these things. Oh, God, then you'd really hate this game at times. I mean, this is one of the... This boss is really obnoxious with it, but... There's a few other bosses that do it, but nothing like this. But yeah, there are some bosses that, like, out of nowhere, there'll be, like, a boss that spawns, enemies that spawn. But at least in that case, you can, like, get some health, like, from the enemies. Like, they drop health or something to kind of help you out if you're really good about it. Got him. Oh, I hate that thing. Depending on which way you go, you don't even have to really encounter that guy that often, but lucky me. Ooh, the knife dance. I actually don't really like the knife dance. Don't really like this. Yeah, if you find a pickup you don't like, you can just convert it to money. Like, if you see there's, like, a weapon, you're like, I don't really need that weapon, you can just, like, turn it into, like, 800 coins instead or something like that. But I digress. So, we got... Looks like there's two ways to go. We can do the Slumbering Sanctuary. Or... What's up here? Ooh, Graveyard. I'm gonna go Graveyard. They're both kind of annoying. Graveyard's a little more straightforward, though. Still annoying. Slumbering Sanctuary's gimmick is that there's, like, a bunch of statues that, like... If you flip a switch, the statues become living enemies and vice versa. Like, it's hard to explain. It's annoying, though. Like, there's, like, a night and daytime mode on that. And it's like, all of a sudden, you'll be swarmed by enemies or there'll be nothing. Whereas the Graveyard, it's just kind of what it sounds like. It's a graveyard with a bunch of enemies coming out of it. God, these loading screens were never this long. I don't know what is going on here. They did an update to Sonic Colors Ultimate recently, since we're talking about updates. I've noticed, like, a slight increase in performance, but it's nothing really major, if I'm being honest. Like, a couple of the problems I was having aren't as bad now, like the frame rate drops and all that, but I'm still not like, oh god, this is great now. Alright, let's check out the old graveyard. Hey-o. As always, I hope you're having a great night. I appreciate you checking out the stream tonight. Chris and everyone else who has so far. Love you guys, love your support, love your energy. You keep me young, which is good because time is making me old. Hey-o. Oh, that's right. I was like all excited waiting for the level. I'm like, that's right, this is going to take like an hour. And you can wire a statue up to a pressure plate and the thing the statue shows will spawn. That's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know why it's cool, but it's a different idea. It's a nice use of something. It's like bringing your dreams to life, or your nightmares, depending on if you don't want the thing. But it's like, oh, I can make this thing real. It's a real boy. Or thing. Oh, God. This level's probably going to take forever to load, too, because it's a pretty big level. But yeah, there's a story in this game. that you're basically this like prisoner. Well, I think you died. Like, I think you're like a zombie or something. But like that's why when you die in the game, you keep spawning in the same place again and again. And there's like little lore, there's like little hints throughout the game, like notes and things from people who died before you, like as far as like how you died, or like, you know, there's like this evil king or something that was doing experiments on people. I don't know. It's never really explained. I kind of like that it's not explained, because you kind of, depending on the playthrough, sometimes you don't learn anything. Sometimes you stumble across random stuff. I wish I, wow. All right, this got unusual. I wish I wasn't a real boy, but alas. I wish this wasn't a real loading screen. I mean, look at this thing. I think the last one was like 2 minutes long. Which 2 minutes doesn't seem like a long time until you actually have to sit there for 2 minutes and watch this loading flame. Like, there's not even like anything I can do. Like, it's not like sometimes they have the loading screens where you can practice your moves or something, or there's like, you know, stuff going on in the background. There's nothing. This is a very boring loading screen, even by loading screen standards. This is like Sonic 06 levels of loading screen. Even those had a little more animation to them. There. So we got Chris, but we lost Rem. I think Rem is loading her interest. Get a PS5. That's not gonna, I mean, yeah, I guess it'll make this load faster, but I'm not gonna get a PS5 specifically to play Dead Cells. I mean, this game's on PS4 and probably performs better, but I've always played this on Switch. It's actually... It's a really fun game to play portably. Oh, good, it loaded. Really good game to play portably, and until now, it didn't take this long to load. Yeah. Pretty much, there aren't too many weapons I would give these weapons up for. You also say get a PS5 like it's as easy as going down the road and going, yeah, I'd like a PS5, please. And then after they're done laughing at me, maybe I'll get one. Whips, yeah. There's actually quite a few weapons, but this is a broadsword. I love the broadsword. I had a whip at one point. I think I gave it up, but yeah, there's a lot of different weapons. Oh, there's a whip right there, actually. I really don't want to, but you know what? Let's see if it'll let me. Yeah. I'll put this in my backpack. Just so I can show you the whip. The whips are decent. They have good range, obviously. Not as damaging as you would think, though. Tomb of the Zero Horgians. HZ. There's a little plate on the ground. Of course, now there's no enemies around. That thing in there, I'm pretty sure that animates if you go near it. Oh yeah, there's a lot of like little Castlevania references to this. Whoa, okay. Oh, I need a key. Ouch. I was gonna say, I just end up not using the whip because it's just not that effective. Unless I have nothing else. I mean, it's good on these guys where I don't have to get close. Oh, I hate these guys. I was gonna say, you gotta kill them like one hit, because if they get a hold of you, it's just not good. Let's see what's in the treasure room. Watch out! Ah, oh, fucking dick. I was gonna say, I had that all planned out too, and that stupid self-destructy thing got me. Watch out! It's like the worst combination. It's probably why they did it. Oh, God. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Oh, nice shot. Oh, damn it, it was a trick. I mean, there are still some cells in there, but even so. That was kind of a waste. I got a few cells, but it was a trick chest. I feel tricked. I like to always, like, peruse. Sometimes you miss something the first time through. Ow, I like how I just landed right on that, too. Alright, so this is where the key is, as denoted by that giant key logo in front of the door. Very helpful, I must admit. I don't know if I mentioned this, but mic audio and game audio are desynced. I don't know what that means, but I also don't doubt it. You mean like I'm too loud, or the game is too loud? I don't know what you mean. It does look like the game is quite a bit quieter than me, so I could try to balance that, I guess. Oh, God. Actually, the whip might come in handy here. Oof, that was kind of risky. As long as I'm good at timing this. Watch out. Oh, God. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Look, I hear you react to something before it shows up on my screen. Oh, there's a couple reasons for that. I mean, the easiest I can think of is just like a latency lag, but actually, no, that's the only reason I can think of. Like, because I'm watching the game on my TV, not on the stream. So, like, if I do this, like, I just roll to the right and then roll to the left, I don't see it on my stream for like another few seconds. But I see it on the screen as soon as I do it, because I'm playing it in real time. Which would mean I should be streaming it in real time, but for whatever reason, you're right, in that my audio is like instant, whereas my video is like a few seconds behind. So that's the delay, I guess. It doesn't always happen, but it seems to, it does. I mean, obviously it happens sometimes. And I'm not sure why, and it doesn't even seem like it affects everybody the same, because I've heard like Bex and other people tell me that it's not an issue for them, but then I have heard that same issue brought up by other people, so I don't really know what's causing it. I don't know how to fix it, really, unfortunately. I know that was not a very smart move on my part there. Oh, damn, he came out of nowhere. Oh, that's because I got that enemy there that makes everything all foggy. He didn't really come out of nowhere, they're just cheating. Have you no honor, deadly rats of the underworld? Well, Bex, like, literally has, like, the best internet ever. Like, her computer's, like, so ridiculously souped up, plus her internet's just really good. Like, she's never had an issue with... Like, she streams herself in, like, I don't know if it's 4K, but it's pretty good, like, whatever it is. I can't even, like, see it. If I try to watch her streams, I have to, like, downgrade it to see it. There's your graveyard key. Right. But no, I mean, like, there's been other people besides Bex that haven't had an issue either. I just know that's like one that Bex consistently is like, yeah, there's no problem. Either that or people just aren't saying anything, because I've seen that too, where people will watch like a 2-hour stream and go, oh, you know what? I wasn't able to hear you the entire time, and I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Or should Twitch and his page? What latency issue? There is no war in Wow, what was the thing from Avatar? It's like there's no war in Sing Say. I can't remember the name of the place now. There is no war. See, they hit it so well, I even forgot the name of the place that there's no war in. Okay, I got that graveyard key, so now I can have my head beaten in. If I ever get back to that same area. Ah, the Sinew Slicer. Still gonna pass. I like what I got for weapons right now. Oh, alright, I guess I'm up here now. Door open. Gee, I wonder if the door's open. Yeah, Ba Sing Se, that was it. Thank you. That was gonna kill me. Yeah, I love that episode. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. And I'm like, oh, alright. Well, never mind. There's nothing to worry about. No war. I don't know what Aang was all worried about for that. There's no war in the area. Damn, I actually don't have a way to get up there. Oh, wait a minute. No. Ah, damn it, I thought I had the thing that gave me a third jump. Well, I just wasted my health on that. Yes, Ba Sing Se. I'm like, Ba Sing Se, Bing Zi Zu. I had nothing. Ouch. Watch out. Why is there a retro request still? Oh my god, are you serious? Why is the poll app? I'm just gonna get rid of that next time. I'm sorry. I don't know why, to be honest. I can't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. I could not get that feature to work for the longest time, and now it just shows up in every stream. I don't know why. That's what I get for trying to innovate here. You know what I need is a graphic designer who speaks barely any English to rebrand my channel. That would get me to the next level. You know, there's a lot of issues here as far as just various hardware issues and other such things, but you know what? Until I actually get like a decent number of viewers on a consistent basis, I'm not really too worried about addressing it. You know, and people know me well enough by now, and you know, I'm on a first-name basis with a lot of people. So I'm pretty comfortable with what we got, even if it's not always ideal for everybody. Like, at least you know what you're getting with me. You know, nothing more, nothing less. It isn't in the Twitch app, but it's in that... Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, God. Oh, no cursed treasure. No, thank you. Another dead end? What the hell? So yeah, if you get the cursed treasure, obviously you get like a really good power-up, but the catch is, I believe you have to kill 10 enemies without getting hit, and if you get hit once, you die. Like, that's the trade-off. That's the risk. And it's usually not worth it, even though you probably get a really good weapon or something, but no, I'm not gonna do it. Oh, jeez. It's still awkward, but alright. Oh, God. Enemies! Get your fresh, cold enemies here. I gotta kill that thing that's making everything foggy. Ciao. Hey, a regular treasure chest. Ooh, I do enjoy me some symmetrical lance. Oh, sorry, Valmont's whip. Get wrecked. This is awesome. Yeah, we're gonna use some symmetrical lance right now. I did not even think I could have both these at the same time. That's almost too broken. I can literally slash horizontally and vertically now. I mean, I'm still gonna lose, but at least I'm gonna lose in style. Oh, I do hate the Forgotten Sepulcher. Ugh. You know what? Screw it. I got the good weapons. I'm gonna go for it. This is a very, very hard course. This is a Forgotten Sepulcher. There's another one. I forget what the alternate route is, but it's not this. This is pretty much suicide. Oh well. YOLO nachos. What's up, Rem? You're here just in time to likely see me get my ass kicked if the thing ever loads. But hey, Rem's back, so that's something to celebrate. I'd really celebrate if these loading screens were like even half as long as they are, which they used to not be longer than like 10 seconds. I swear, officer, it wasn't me. I was framed by these terrible loading screens. It's actually rare that my first run goes as well as it did. Or as it has. Nope, not really. It doesn't smell any better here than anywhere else on the island. Oh god, the Forgotten Sepulcher. It's forgotten for a reason. This is the place I think it is. One, I don't think I've ever cleared this area, and two, I think it starts with a really tough enemy. Toaster says Screamy Bingus and the Crungy Spungus. Okay, then. Once again, expert commentary from Toaster, who also likes roaches. And if he likes really long loading screens, then he would love this game. I do enjoy it when he says a bunch of nonsense. I remember when he used to be Quaffle. I do too. He had the jacket and everything. Those were the days. Jacket is still here. Nice. I do enjoy that jacket. Thing is a freaking, thing is freaking classic. It's retro, if you will. Alright, here we go. Time to get my butt kicked. At least I'll have a nice long loading screen to say my eulogy. Oh, that's the other thing. It's a labyrinth. So there's like certain paths you can take that literally put you back at the beginning. It's the most infuriating thing ever. Like you'll go through a door, or there'll be like a little portal, and you'll end up like back at the beginning, and you don't realize it at first, but then you're like, this just went back to the beginning, didn't it? So then you got to memorize which ones go to where. I freaking hate this thing. Oh, and it's got the... Wait, am I thinking... I know... I'm so fucked. It's got the dark light mechanic, too, where you have to keep the lights on or you keep losing energy. Oh, there's so much wrong with this level. Hey, this isn't the one... There was another one that I think I have beaten this once, but barely. There was another one that's just also equally terrible, but it's like more outside. I thought that's what this was, but this looks like the cave one. Either way, we're screwed, but we won't have to worry about it for another 5 minutes of the loading screens. The ch in sepulcher is pronounced as just a C because, oh, it's sepulcher? Yes, I've never even said this word before in this game. Sepulcher. So there's no chur in it. It's sepulcher. I also don't know what a sepulcher is. Sepulcher. It's not even a clever name. I don't even know. I mean, it sounds like, eerie and ominous, but I don't know what the hell it is. Let's pronounce this C. Well, technically a C can be pronounced as an S, too, so it could be Sulpicer. In fact, that makes more sense. If a word ends in C-E-R, it's usually an S. Usually not a C-E-R with a K. It's going to be a Sepulcher. Or it could be a Sepulcher. I don't really know. Because I never even heard of this word before. Which one was correct? Because I said like 3 different variations. But again, we got time to research it while this stinking loading screen goes on. Alright, that wasn't as bad. Oh yeah, this is not going to be fun. Alright, this is actually not the level I thought it was, but it's still a bad level. You have to keep hitting these things, otherwise you, like, you die because the air is, like, toxic, basically. I'm not going through that. And the, oh yeah, the enemies are all, like, the fastest enemies in the game, too, and they all spawn, like, constantly. You basically cannot stand still in this level. You also have to keep finding those things, and right now I can't find one. I got one. Ciao. At least I got good reach here with this thing. This is when the game is, like, really hard. So, like, I'm not even, like, really focused on, like, finding, like, secrets and stuff. I'm just trying to survive. I mean, that's an arbitrary thing to make you want to tear your throat out, too, but alright. The one enemy that isn't really fast, and he's, like, also just a giant dick, this giant mummy guy. Oh, I actually got him, though. Say, the only way you can really beat enemies like that is to just literally just kill them before they get a shot. Because if he gets a shot, and he almost did, yeah, he is ruthless, this guy. Like, why did that, it sounds like a broken sprinkler. This actually might have been the lesser of 2 evils, as much as I hate this level. There's another level that's the one that's the Labyrinth, where everything, like, you have to take the exact right route, or else you're basically screwed. Oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. You, like, cannot heal because there's always something, like, waiting. Oh, not that dink. No, 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 no! Oh, I'm so dead. Oh god, I'm so dead. Who predicted that? Who predicted that? He didn't even get to do, that little blue thing didn't even get to do the attack. It didn't even matter. My health was so screwed. I didn't even have time to heal. I freaking hate that place. Alright, back to the beginning. Oh, you see, you do start with 100 health. I love how this is a secret zone. There's never anything in here. Like, I never understood the point of that. I keep going in there thinking one time there's going to be, like, an upgrade or something. I will change my outfit, though. Like, itch. I do enjoy itch. Wait. That's not even in English. That's friggin' French. Réduire les délais de... I don't know what that does. Why is that in French? Okay, well, I'm not using any of those. One of them, I don't even understand what it does. There's the whip. Pyrotechnics. Yeah. Oh, I can't even hold on to that? Alright, whatever. Oh, I can already see this is a different layout than before. There we go. We get to use your favorite weapon here, the whip. Whip's not a bad starting weapon. It's just not, like, one of my favorite weapons. I'm gonna miss my symmetrical lance and my broadsword. Both were very nice to have in the old collection. The movement in this game, though, does feel really great. Like, it's very satisfying. You don't start with all these abilities, like being able to, like, wall jump and some of this stuff, but even before you get all those, it's just a, ow. It's just a really, like, fun game to just blast through. Localization glitches. Yeah, probably. There are little glitches here and there that I even noticed in the early days, but it's like the more they update this game, the worse it gets, which seems like it should be the opposite. But it's like they add these like little tiny features to the game that end up adding more glitches than they like add features. It's like, oh, we just added like half a level to the game, but your loading screens are going to be like 3 minutes long now. It's like, no, that's okay, just don't add it. But yeah, hopefully you like the game. Like, this is not necessarily the best showcase of it, just because, like I said, it's just running a little slow tonight, but it is a really fun game, especially once you get used to the controls and everything. Like, you really blast through it. And it's always a different experience. They like, change the level layouts every time you die and all that stuff, which I guess is common in roguelites. I never really played any roguelites before this. But if that's what a roguelite is, I really like this genre. Which is why I might check out some more roguelites. Like Hades and some other ones I've heard about. Oh, there we go. I do enjoy the katana. Yeah, sorry, the whip's going bye-bye. I'll keep it in the backpack. I do enjoy that katana. You also unlock like a ton more weapons than what you start with. Or at least the opportunity to get those weapons, because like you really only have like maybe 10 or so. Oh, this is a different route. Yeah, this goes toward the Arboretum, which I've not been to in a while. I'll check that out. That's actually a DLC level. Yep, the Ooh, incentivized biomes. You have visited this next biome far less than the other. Visiting it will provide a bonus. Okay, I mean I would have gone to it anyway. That's new. That's why I'm waiting 10 more minutes for load times, because they added features like that. Alright, so because I don't go to this area often, I'm going to get like a bonus for different things. I don't know. Does that make sense to anybody? It doesn't really make sense to me. So that's new. Although it's true, I don't go to this area very often. It's not a bad area either, it's just not like on the main path. Usually I end up going to... I can't remember the name of it now. It's either... I know that the Toxic Sewer is probably the one I go to the most, but then there's another one I go to fairly often. It's like kind of a castle-looking thing. I don't remember the name of that. I mean, the Dilapidated Arboretum is what it is. I think it just ends up going back to the Ramparts, which is another big castle thing. Not that we'll ever know, because the loading screen will kill us all. But hey, this time I'll try to go to different environments, and I will not go to the Forgotten Sepulcher or whatever. Sepulcher, I don't know. There's another one I've been to like once. It's like a factory or something. Not a factory, but like a giant... I guess it is kind of like a factory. It's ridiculously impossible. Like, the final level in the game is called, like, White Castle or something. Yes, it really is called White Castle. And it's not as hard as the factory level I'm thinking of. Wow, I only got 3 cells. Whoops. I feel like most people get bored when I play this game. Like, this game does not do very well streaming-wise, which is whatever. I mean, sometimes I play these games more for me. Sometimes I play them because I'm like, oh, I know a lot of people like this game, and I don't mind it either, so I'll give it a shot. Let's see. Necromancy. I just always end up using Necromancy as one of my first upgrades. Alright, let's wait another hour. I feel like I could plant a real plant in the time it takes this to happen. Yeah. So, once again, I'd like to thank everybody for sticking around through level loading screens and all that good stuff. It's a fun game. I really do love this game. I wish it was more popular, but whatever. Earthy smells of compost, spores, and decay fill the air of the dilapidated arboretum. New inhabitants seem to like the climate quite a bit. Well, that makes one of us. There is a weapon you can get in this game. It's a weapon. It's actually like an ally. It's called the Mushroom Boy, spelled B-O-I. And it's basically what it sounds like. It's this little mushroom you throw, and it kind of just like... It's like this little sentient thing that follows you around and like attacks other enemies for you. It's like really stupid, but I just love that it's called the Mushroom Boy. Alright, that wasn't as bad. In fact, this guy, I think, uses the Mushroom Boy as a weapon. And those are the Mushroom Boys right there, the thing I just killed. But you can actually get it as a weapon to be on your side. I love that it's boy. Like, the game has a sense of humor despite, like, having this dark, grim outlook at times. I can respect that. Like, I can tell the people who made this game had a lot of fun with it. Like, even though, like, you know, it's got all these, like, dark elements, like, they make fun of it sometimes, too. They're like, wow, this is kind of dumb. There's a couple times the game is really meta, and it's like, oh, this was just bad game design. Really want to see if I can get the Mushroom Boy now. Whoa. Yeah, I love this game for the music, atmosphere. It's all very well done, I have to say. And you're always finding new areas. Like, it's not... I mean, I've played it so long now, I'm not finding a ton of new areas, but even I still find some now and then. Last time I played, I found this sky area I hadn't seen before. I forget what the gold cells do. I don't know if they're just worth more cells, or they're actually, like, a separate, category. I guess we'll all find out. Ouch, as I just run to that spike. I mean, if the Mushroom Boy's not going to be in this level, I don't know where it's going to be, because this is pretty much the plant level. I mean, it's the only plant level in the game. The Ramparts. Wow, I'm like already at the end of this? I mean, I'll do some Ramparts. Why not? I mean, that's why that loaded relatively quick. It's not a very long level. Yeah. It's like, I'm kind of neutral on that level. Like, it's not great. It's not bad. It's not that hard. It's not that easy. It's just whatever. It's better than the Toxic Sewers, but I mean, anything's better than the friggin' Toxic Sewers. Ew. Yeah. Localization glitches indeed. Sometimes I just read the last comment on the stream, like, over and over again, just because, like, I got nothing new to read, so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep reading this, as if I just got it, and just be like, oh, yeah, localization glitches, good comment. Ew. This is just to go to the freaking... Like, this isn't even for the level. This is to go to the passage to the level. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I got that door open. The Cursed sword. Ah, see, I don't like that. I really don't like any of these. Guess I'll get the magnetic grenade to fill that slot. Otherwise, yeah, we're pretty good there. Oh, I do enjoy... Oh, yeah, this thing's broken as hell. I thought this thing was already... Oh, wait a minute, that's different. Yeah, that's the new thing I discovered in the last level I unlocked, the Serenade. I didn't know you could actually use it outside of that level, though. Yeah, we're going to be using that. I'll get rid of this. That thing's broken as hell. Like, forget the Mushroom Boy. That thing is like a Mushroom Man. Okay. Let's go. This level's pretty straightforward, so this shouldn't take an hour to load, right? Wrong. Pretty sure my gameplay time on this run has been about as long as the loading screens. 5 minutes of gameplay, 6 minutes of loading screens. Hooray! This is like one of the most basic levels in the game. This should not take this long to load. I'm not saying it's been long yet, but it will be. Because it's been this way pretty much the entire time. The first time I thought maybe it was just a weird little thing, but no, it's been every time. The Ancient Sewers took like, I don't know how long to load. Like 2.5 minutes for Ancient Sewers. It was not worth the wait, let me tell you. Try the veal. What I need is Randy to just randomly show up and promote me again. That always makes me feel good. Randy's good people. Hey-o. Oh my lord. A game that encourages you to explore pretty much makes you not want to, because then you unlock a new area, which means new loading screens. Derp-a-derp-a-derp-a-derp. If I took this video after the fact and edited all the loading screens out, I wonder how much time that would take out of the video. Probably like half an hour, 20 minutes, something like that. I'm being somewhat facetious, but it really is a long loading screen. And this is not the first time this has happened. Although, at least now it's loading the level and not just the passageway to the level. The Arboretum didn't take this long. That also isn't a long level. This might be a little longer. Oh wow, we're actually in the level now. I was gonna say, it's almost a waste to use the sword on this. I mean, the sword, the Serenade that I got is basically like in case... Oh, I just did it. I accidentally did it. I didn't mean to hit the button. So basically, yeah, this sword follows you around. I really am very facetious. This sword just follows you around, but then it gets bored if there's, like, not enemies around and it goes away, but it follows you around and just, like, wrecks everything. It's really overkill in this level. I could have used this in the friggin' Sepulcher, though, let me tell you right now. I definitely love this thing for levels like that. For this level, don't really need it. I could pretty much do this without it. The only downside is that after you use it, you have to wait like 30 seconds to use it again, but I don't really need it for this level. Sometimes I just hit a bunch of buttons and stuff happens, and then that's when, like, that's why I end up using the wrong attack sometimes. Oh, there's an elite. I didn't even notice that. The elite archer looks very... Oh, there are 2 elite archers. Oh, yeah, I will use the sword for this. I have swords that that's pretty much what this does. Golden amulet. Oh, that's pretty cool. I feel like this has changed a bit. I don't even have time to read the little things he says, but they are kind of funny. Oh, shit. That doesn't kill you, but it's just not pleasant to do it. Where's the fight? Yeah, if you don't give it something to kill for a while, it just kind of goes away out of boredom. Yep, it's gone. Oh, that thing's actually kind of devastating. Oh no, he's dead now. So now he's not devastating at all. But when he was alive, he was devastating. Ouch. Ooh, the boomerang. Actually, the boomerang's decent. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. I'll replace the pyrotechnics with it. It actually is pretty good. It doesn't. When I first got the boomerang, I'm like, boomerang? What's that? Like, it actually, if there's like a line of enemies, it like cuts through a lot of them. It's actually pretty good. It's not like my favorite, but I'll mix it up. Now I just got to get into a situation that really like uses it. Like, if it's just on one enemy, it's not really that great. But if there's like 2 or 3 right near you, you can take out a lot of health at once. Like that. Did I just summon the sword again? I did. I did not mean to do that. I keep forgetting my stomp is on R trigger, not L trigger. We don't kill like we used to anymore. That one I read. Oh, now I need the sword and it's not there. Get ourselves a power scroll. Get your scroll on. The hell? Never seen anything that left like that little skull marking before after it died. Ouch! Jeez. These things don't hit often, but when they do, my god. Ooh, an assassin's dagger. put it in the backpack. I was kind of undecided on that one. They're actually both pretty good weapons. I think the katana's is like maybe 10% better. Kind of preference too. Sometimes I just take the weapon I think is cooler, not necessarily the better stat one. Which I know is probably not how you're supposed to play the game, but I really don't care. Ah, damn it, I used it again. Oh well. I guess stabbing everything in the general area is not the worst thing that could happen here. Got the Broadsword, which is pretty good. The Wrenching Whip. I do enjoy the Broadsword, but is it really? Nothing really here I'm gonna buy. I kind of get attached to one or two weapons, and I end up like... Wait. The Serenade Sword actually took the place of my regular sword? That's new. I've never noticed that before. Or is that only while it's... No, because it's just like locked at 30 seconds. I did not know I could use the Serenade Sword as my regular sword. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's just kind of weird. I mean, I will absolutely do that. Hell yeah. That's really weird. I've never seen that before. I was gonna say, okay, I get it. So you can take it out and use it like as your sword. That's actually even better than I thought. I just never seen that before. Ciao. Oh. Oh, okay. See, now that's really weird. I've never seen that before. Black Bridge, I was gonna say. I knew I was gonna have to fight the Concierge at some point. And now we wait for this stupid loading screen. More after the loading screen. Hell. I do enjoy flying around and killing anything that moves. I also enjoy when the loading screens end, which doesn't seem to happen a whole lot. But when it does, let me tell you, it's something. It really is something. I'm guessing. I'll never know. First time I've seen that. Once again, this is not the level, this is the passage to the level. Good lord, why? Oh, a new melee weapon. Might actually employ that. That's pretty cool. Nope. I will replace the boomerang. That's pretty nice. I like that. Of course I do. That's why I took it. Yeah, let's reforge just some modifiers here. Dead cells from watching these. Seriously, I mean, like, that's gonna have to be my next meme or something, because it's just ridiculous. Alright, let's go. This really was never a problem before. Like, the loading screen would be maybe 10-20 seconds at the most. But, I mean, some of these are just ridiculous. This isn't even a new level. This level was in the game when I first started it. Like, this is like the 3rd or 4th level in the game normally. Black Bridge. But yeah, this is where you fight the Concierge, which is like generally the first boss you encounter in this game. And when you first fight him, just like everything in this game, when you first fight him, he's actually fairly difficult. But now you can really just breeze past him because, in my case, I've played this game so many times, I've beaten it, gone back, gotten better weapons, etc. Like, this guy's a real pushover now. But first playing him, like, I would die a lot. I wouldn't say I would always die, but I would die a lot to this thing. And I have more time to talk about it because these loading screens will never end. Alright, wasn't as bad, I guess. Whoa! Ouch. Ouch. I'll say my health is not nearly as high as it usually is at this point in the game. Hello. Thank you. Come again. Normally that's not a bad weapon, but I want to kind of test this iron rod more. I'm not actually like... Okay, so this is where you can do Stilt Village or the Slumbering Sanctuary. Not really too picky. I'll probably do Stilt Village, but they're both kind of just whatever. Well, if you do the Slumbering Sanctuary, it goes on a different path. I know if you do Stilt Village, it usually goes to the Clock Tower. Slumbering Sanctuary, I think, goes to, like, some lava level. I think, like, the Burning Ossuary or something like that. Just okay. You know what? Maybe we'll do Slumbering Sanctuary. I'll probably end up regretting it, but Slumbering Sanctuary is definitely harder. I know that. But they're both fairly close in difficulty, but Slumbering Sanctuary, in my opinion, is a little harder because you have to do things twice a lot. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud at this point. Alright, fine, you convinced me. I'll do the Slumbering Sanctuary. Still, Village is still pretty tough, though. Ooh. Door. Don't mind if I might. Is that knife? Oh, throwing knives. Never was big on throwing knives. Ooh, the Wings of the Crow. I do enjoy the Wings of the Crow. Oh, I can... Oh, absolutely, I'll be doing that. such a weird power, but it's actually like a lot of fun. Especially if I do Slumbering Sanctuary, that would actually be pretty fun to do. Alright, fine, you convinced me. Why do I keep doing that? No, go back, go back, go back. Is it? I'm trying to remember which one goes to where. I think there's actually 3 places you can go from here. That's still Village. Up here is... what? Oh, the Fractured Shrines. Oh, that's the place. That's the place. That's a bitch. That's the place with the frickin'... wow, there's a lot going on there. No, okay, yeah, no, we are not going to Fractured Shrines. That's the place I've never beaten that has all the frickin' crap. This should be Slumbering. Yeah, this is Slumbering Sanctuary. Oh god, I forgot about Fractured Shrines. That place sucks. Or is that the one that's a sky level? I actually can't remember now. But there's one that sucks, and it might be that one. Slumbering Sanctuary is no walk in the park, but at least I know what I'm getting. I'm getting a fairly predictable, if not annoying level, with things that just randomly die. Or randomly come to life. Randomly die. It'd be nice if they randomly died, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it. Unlike my patience, which dies from all these loading screens. Ayo. Yeah, so like those, oh god, those statues are like, you know, just there, but there's like some switch you can hit that like brings them to life or some crap. Okay. How do I get in there? Or do I? I forgot the enemies in this level are a bitch. Let's say I will be using the sword in this. Ouch! It was one attack did all that damage. Oh god. This is not gonna end well. Trying. Yeah, no cursed treasure. Yeah, no, those are like all the same weapon. Oh god. Ouch. Oh, this is not going to go well at all. I was going to say, give me that thing now. Jeez. I knew there was another guy. Ouch. Get down. At least he's pretty predictable with that. I was like, what was that noise? And it's like, it's that thing firing every second. Ow. Oh, God. God, there's a lot of cursed treasure in here. Oiled sword. Ooh, I do enjoy me some Impaler. Yeah, we're going to be using that probably. Ooh, the War Sphere is also nice, though. Now we're going to be doing some of that. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy me some Impaler. Okay. No, I said no the first time. I hate when they hang out in front of the store just asking for stuff. I know. Oh, an elite. Oh, that ain't good. Alright, that's better. Also use like all my abilities on it. Golden Amulet. Minus 5%. I feel like it's a... Oh no, it's slightly better. Slightly. That's the switch. That's the thing that changes the enemies and whatnot. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Is that really the only other one I have? Alright, I guess that's it. Yep, so now these all come to life. Oh, jeez, I forgot about this dick. God damn, that thing's over. It's like every now and then you just see an enemy in this game where you're just like, why is that also in the same game as these other craps? Oh, crap. I'm dead. I kind of saw it coming. I forgot about that giant thing. I'm like, there's some reason I don't like this level, and I forgot what it is. That's what it is. And that guy has a very convenient and annoying ability where he can literally teleport you right next to him. So instead of teleporting near you, he just, like, you could be halfway across the level and he'll teleport you right in front of him so he can do another attack until you kill him. If you kill him. And usually, you won't kill him. So that's going to do it for me for tonight. Appreciate everybody watching some Dead Cells here with Chaos Blur. Definitely was a blur of a time. I know we had visitors like Rem and Randy, and of course Chris stuck around for most of it. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll hopefully have some more news soon on Retro 39. But until then, and as always, stay chaotic and blur out.